What's up, YouTubers? So I woke up with the sound of a bang bang on my roof. Santa Claus must have showed up and dropped me a package off. Let's see what's going on in here. Well, we know what these are. Looky here, looky here. Looks like we got the Mars Cree. Sure looks nice. Some power cords wrapped up. Don't know what the hell that is. Let's see if I can attempt to open it in one hand. That ain't gonna work. So it's a little unboxing. One of two are here. I'm waiting on the Epistar. I'm trying to figure out this camera now. Okay. See what this is. Oh, what have we got here? Oh boy. Got a little carbon fiber looking case. It looks good. Let's see what's in this sucker here. Ooh. We have some LED glasses. Look like some Magnum PI editions. Check that out. We have got to work on the style glasses, Mars Hydro. Just saying. I'm gonna have to grow that famous mustache and put these on. Wow, that's going back in some time right there. I might as well, I think what I might do is bedazzle these, put some diamonds all across the top. Well, these will be the camera lenses, okay? And we'll put something else in this case, but China, come on now. Stop watching the 70s, 80s Florida beach movies. Get into the 2000s at least. You know, fast forward a couple of years, my friends. So, as you can see, it's got curvature right here to focus the beams down, obviously. So, there she be. And we'll continue this video on in another session. Actually, I'm just going to post this one real quick after I get done with the testing. I'll come right back. We'll do from the wall test, get the true power, and maybe let's do a strength test on it. We'll get some micromole readings on it. So, all right, get all that set up. Testing. We're at 122. This is a pretty strong line I have hooked up right now. It's going to a 20 amp breaker. So, lights off right now. We're going to start with turning the veg on. There it goes. Sound wise, super quiet. Can't hear nothing. Volts stayed about the same. 2.9 amps. 354 watts or so. So looking at the amp draw, really what I care about more is volts and amps. Watts I'm not too concerned about, but There we go. So, and it's starting to warm up. Let it settle for a second. Okay. Still at 222. So it even dropped below 20. But this is a very strong circuit it's on. Okay, and we're going to turn the bloom on, or the flower. See a blue-white spectrum. Okay, red's on. That's full power right there. So let's go back over here. 121 amps, or volts, sorry. 121. And amps, we're drawing under 5.5. Here's some watts, 660. Well, 660 watts, right around there. Probably get itself down to about 650 once it warms up. But there it is there. That's the watt side. Looks like it's going to stay between. Just going to watch this for a second, see what happens. Let's check the amps again. So, say 650, a little under 5.5 amps, 121 volts. Good to go. Well, there's the power side. Now, let's try the micro mole. Let's get that one real quick. Okay, here we go. Good sensor right here. It's about dead center. I used a laser. And then we are going to go over here. We're about 33 feet, or 36 inches, what I was going to say. 3 feet. So let's turn on the veg. Okay. At 3 feet. We're at about 260. I'm just going to round it. So we're about 260, close to 265. I'm just going to round it 260. Let's veg on. Full power. Around that 500, right about 500. It's just going flickering back and forth. Okay, so we're about 500. That's 3 feet. Let me bring this down to 30 inches, and we'll see. All right, so we're about 30 inches. Veg on. We're at 370. We're gonna turn flower on. Oops, wrong switch. So went to 500, close to 700, so 690. That's 690. So we're gonna drop this thing down to 24 inches. Okay. Right at 24 inches, veg on. We're at, whoa, hit the light. So we're about 550, veg on. Okay, dealing with 1,000. Yeah, 1,000. At 2 feet. So I guess I'll try 18 inches and I'm gonna call it quits there. So we're at 24 now. Okay, we're at 18 now. Veg 820. Flower 1,500, 15.5. So there it is there. It's not bad. So I have to go back and check out the 144s and them, but basically I'm gonna wait, and I'll post the next video. This is just going to be on the Cree. So this is the Cree, and then when I get the other Epistar in, I'll do the same test on it. But next video on this light will be it back into the grow room. I'm working on putting the pea scrogs underneath it. This one is going to be doing a scrog net by itself, and the other light, which is Mars' biggest Epistar light, will also be on its own scrog. So yep, there should be. Let me let this light down. I just wanted to make sure I get this light down. I don't want any accidents to happen, but there we go. There, obviously you can tell the Cree series by just that nice shape. So it's kind of interesting how this side here has got a little 25-degree or so angle. I don't know what it actually is. It's going by eye. Okay, we got the 4 diodes. Looks like white and blue and red, and I don't know what the other color is. So looks like each one of these have 4 chips in them. Excited to get this thing going. Rock out some more buds. I don't think we could see inside. I guess we can a little bit. Let me get a light. See if that helps. So heat sinks in there. Can't really see much. I will open this up. I probably won't do it this round, but after this next grow, at least I want to get a grow through it, just in case I do an oops. But after this next grow, I'll open it up so we can see the inside of what it looks like. But for now, I'm not going to do it. I don't want to risk the hard-earned cash on these. At least want to get a grow out of it. So, no, there shouldn't be any problem taking them apart, but this ain't a Toyota that I'm playing with, you know, in figure of speech. This is more of a Lambo, so I'm not eager to mess around with it right now. I just want to hang it up as it is, get some plants growing under it, and have its sister right next to them. This is the big boy. Its sister's going to be the Epistar. Have them side by side, not really comparing the two, but what it is, it's going to be just seeing though if your budget can't get up to the Cree's efficiency. You're still going to get full spectrum out of both of them. What it's going to be is seeing how far they are from each other. Now I know it ain't going to be no true test because it won't be the same plant, unlike the Cree and the Sun series little mini tests, but I'll try to put similar they'll be clones, same age, and I'll try to put the same size pots, the most as I can, to make them, you know, as close as they can into the veg under the nets with these lights on. So it'll be close enough. It'll just get an idea. There's no 100% guarantee. You know, really you would have to take the same plant, put a divider down the plant itself so half of it doesn't get bleed over light, and you would have to go that route. All these tests I see, you know, it's just an idea when you have 2 different plants, you know. So, or if you see 2 lights on one plant, unless there's a divider down through the plant, you know, it'd have to be topped or something so you're not getting bleed over from the other one, then it's not really official, you know, guaranteed. But this will be a close enough to get an idea. And the whole goal I'm having is I want to look at the Epistar version of this. It's a little more power from the wall, of course, because the different diodes being used, but I'm going to break it down if I'm on a budget. You know, not all the time I can afford the Cadillac, just like everybody else. So if a CLB, you know, obviously still worth it over a single diode, but an Epistar version, if it's still efficient, you're going to get the weight, going to get the quality, and it meets the budget. You know, you got to do what you got to do. Eventually you know, sell it off and move up when you get the extra money. But I want to see out of my own pocket the Epistar versus the Cree from the same company. Was it worth buying the Epistar? Will it pull its weight? So hopefully it can pull itself. And a lot of talk, I know I'm going to babble on a little bit when it's supposed to be about the light, but when we talk about weight, that's such an untrue theory. You can't really compare that. You have to look at like several grows of the exact same plant, you know, seed, clone from it. You know, even clones can be a little different. The care has to be consistent. But you look at all the technicalities, it can affect it ounce to 2 ounces easily on just a simple mistake or not the same amount of newts given to it. There's so many little bullshit things, and that's why these tests are just basic ideas, because this light can do 2 pounds in, or 1.5 pounds in a 5x5 area possible. But if I used a strain that is doing 800 grams average, something really big, you know, a dense indica or a real big sativa, a giant monster, you know, versus if I just take a standard plant, you know, like ice or THC, it may only do like 12 ounces. That's what that plant does on an average. It's not a big heavy yielder. It's just good medicine. It's worth growing, but it's not a big heavy yielder. There's strands out there that are genetically just big weight, you know, strands. So if you're looking at grams per watt, if that's what your goal is, if you're looking at weight, you know, you need to realize looking at the strain you're growing is just as important as the fucking light. You can put 2,000 watts on a 5x5, doesn't mean you'll get a fucking pound. If you don't grow the right strain that's not, you know, capable of doing that or doesn't do it, you're not going to just get a plant that does 8 ounces and get a pound out of it. It's like Sweet Confidential or LA Confidential, or plants that are known for small yields but high medicine. You just aren't going to get a pound out of those. And that goes with all these different strains out there. If you look at on the internet, just look at all the averages of different companies and find one that has a similar high. One may say 800 grams, the other one may say 700 or 750. You know, you see that average going on. Well, that will probably be a heavy one that will give you some weight. So if you're looking for weight, go for that, you know. Versus if you see it for like 800 in another site, you only see it for 300, and you see it for, you know, 400, then, you know, it's like, you know, that's skeptical, because all these sites are just bouncing around, not being consistent. So, you know, not to really trust it. But if you see, you know, a certain strand, let's just use AK-47, Afghan Kush line 47. If you use a plant like that, you know, you can kind of look around on the internet and see the average of what it yields. You know, a lot of those things that are posted are averages. That's not high, that's not low. It's usually just your average. No different than THC, you know, those tests too, because every time they grow that plant, it's going to be a tad bit different, plus or minus 1 or 2, you know, because conditions, temperatures, you know, unless you got a really sophisticated, complete environment controlled room and you're precise on your newts, you probably don't have a chance to repeat the exact same numbers on a plant. But, you know, I hope you don't go too far into that, because that takes away the enjoyment of growing. It's enjoyment of knowing the information. But, you know, I just see a lot of people looking the wrong way when they're looking at weight. They're blaming the lights and looking at the lights when, you know, that's just half the fucking story. Because it's strain equal to light creates the weight. So that's the way that people should be talking and know anything about fucking, you know, growing cannabis. That's giving advice out there is common sense. So, you know, pointing at some big strains. So either way, sorry for the babble. Just when I get guys hitting me up in questions, asking me the same questions, and I hear this weight stuff, but I hear them talking nothing about lights like I hear all the time. You know, well, give me the weight as my 1K, things like that. It's like, well, Yeah, it could equal that, but you can get more if you're looking for weight. Grow a different strain that grows, you know, that averages a lot heavier fucking weight if you're looking for that. So, and you can still get the high THC level CBDs. You got to do your research. So, I can help you with a couple if you're looking for that, but I try not to get involved with telling people too many strains to grow and all that, because that's a personal preference. And just because I grow them and they come out good doesn't mean every grower's going to. It's your skill level, your knowledge, your experience. It all comes into play. All I can say is don't jump in too fast and expect big ass yields and all this crap. Don't get all that excitement. You know, just get in, start simple, expect basic, you know, and expect to grow from there. So it keeps you loving growing. It keeps you in the game, not bouncing in and out like a lot of these growers out here. You know, and so just go on Craigslist. Look how many growers are selling their whole setups. It's sad to see. You know, it's some of them are just getting rid of it to get new shit, but quite a bit of them, if you look real close, you can see a home grower just giving up because he expected it was that easy. But Mars Cree in the building, going up, hanging. Epistar next. Appreciate y'all stopping by. I'm gone.